This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
The best of the morning X. 99X.
The new season for Sex and the City coming around the corner very soon. Kristin Davis from that very show. Hello, Kristin.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, and I love your show.
Well, thank you.
I'm a newly found lover of the show. It took me I'm just so antsy when I watch TV that it takes a lot to reel me in, but you've got me hooked on this one, and I love it.
Well, I'm glad because it's only 25 minutes long, you know.
Well, I know, but no commercials on HBO,
right.
So it seems like an hour episode.
Well, we try to pack a lot in.
Well, you know, I think you can make an argument that show for show, HBO is doing the best TV right now.
Oh, they're phenomenal job.
I mean,
thank you.
Do you watch their other stuff?
Yeah, of course.
So, am I wrong, but didn't you have do you have, like, some kind of Atlanta connection? Or
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, okay, because I remember we talked to you once during your Melrose days, and you were...
Well, I came out there during my Melrose days for a Fox event.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah, and I had some friends there that I'd grown up with, and they said, come out and meet me at this bar.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and I went, and I was almost beaten up.
Why?
By angry young women, angry at my character on Melrose Place. I had to get, like, my bodyguard from Fox to help me get out.
No, wait a minute. Seriously, like,
Jimmy,
what do they do?
People do that all the time.
I mean, when you
people
say you
take it very seriously.
Of course they do.
Operas.
Well, what do you mean? Like,
people,
somebody would come up to you, and what would they say?
They'd say, "How could you do that?"
Are you kidding?
Louder, though.
Jimmy, there's a friend of mine used to be on All My Children, and he played a guy who murdered these people, and he was killed off the show, but it was still running. We went to lunch. These old ladies came up behind him and were pointing in his back. You're a bastard. You're a bastard. I mean, just
well, see, he's a man, so that's probably why they didn't actually grab him, because I used to get grabbed a lot by women.
Like, people, when you were at a Buckhead bar, people actually physically would accost you?
Well, they would physically, like, grab me and kind of like harangue me with questions and accusations, and how could you have done that to him, like that, because they really cared a lot about Billy, you know, that character Billy Andrew.
Hey, how did you? We were trying to remember earlier how your character left Melrose.
I died. I died in the pool.
See,
I head.
remember I told you she died in the pool.
Yeah. What was your name again?
Brooke.
Brooke. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bitchy Brooke with the BMW.
That's right.
That's
I lived
right.
in that BMW towards the end.
Now, I have a question for you that it's been puzzling me, and I ask my wife this every time. How does Kristin Davis get away with not doing nude scenes on Sex and the City?
Well, you know, our producers are really, really nice to us, and they let us do what we want to do, because Sarah Jessica doesn't do nude scenes either, you might have noticed.
I have noticed that every time I've watched it.
Yeah. So they also, I think, because Charlotte is more conservative than the others,
But
I mean, it would be hard to play Samantha and never do a nude scene. You know, that's Kim's character.
But that girl next door with Charlotte thing, that's what the people want.
You think?
That's what Barnes wants,
Give
is what
the
he's
people
trying to
what they
say.
want.
Give the people what they want.
I don't know. I don't know if you're going to get it.
Well, Kim does do nude scenes, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah. Well, Kim's been doing nude scenes for years. I mean, she's
right.
She's got no.
Well, she's got an amazing body, and she has a very good attitude. She's very healthy about it.
Well, all four of you are nice and fit.
Thank you.
There are no body issues, or you wouldn't be on a show called Sex and the City.
Well, it's not necessarily true. We all have body issues, but, you know, we're human. What can I say?
You guys get away with so much. I think that's why I like the show. I mean,
well, thank you.
To watch you four sit there and just shoot the smack about what is real. I mean, that stuff is really happening at lunch, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
And
It's
you
very
eavesdrop
realistic.
and you hear stuff, and to hear you guys just go off about the funny things that we think, but people are afraid to say. Obviously, you can't say on TV.
Right.
But
That's
HBO.
why we're on HBO.
It's got to be a blast.
Good. I hope everyone likes the new season.
Anything you can tell us about the new season?
I think the only kind of shift, I mean, it certainly got all the similar subject matter, and we're trying to maybe go a little bit deeper into relationship stuff. You know, like there was that bartender that Miranda was involved with. Did you guys see that last season? And he'll be around in some ways. And my character is, she kind of is re-examining because I got walked a little bit on the wild side last year, so I have to kind of refocus my attention on what Charlotte really wants.
You're cooling off, huh?
Well, I don't know about cooling off exactly. More like just channeling my energy towards one specific thing.
Well, this is one of those shows that, like, when you first see the trailers for it and when you hear about it, you think, this is a chick show. But, like, well, wait a minute, let me finish. But then, like, I remember a bunch of guys, we were at a party once, and, like, a couple of us guys sat down in front of the TV, said, this is a while ago, and we started watching it, and saw the bodies flying around, and we're like, hey, this ain't bad.
Well, we try to please everyone. We don't want anyone to feel left out.
How many writers do you have on the show?
Well, we really only have 4.
Are they?
But we're adding a couple. We have 2 men, 2 women.
Men? You have 2 men? Okay, because I was wondering, because so much of the dialogue is, quote-unquote, girl talk.
Right.
Like, do the actresses have a lot of input into that? Because you obviously do have certain insight that not even a male writer would have.
Well, I think what happens more is that when the writers get together, they go home, they write, and then they bring it in, and they kind of, put their heads together. So by the time we get it, it's pretty much there. And then if there's something that seems odd, we talk about it. But by the time we get it, they've gone over it and over it and over it amongst themselves, in a group. And it's pretty darn perfect when we get it. Mm-hmm. We don't change a lot.
This interview isn't over. More after a quick break. You can also find it and more on the Morning X with Barnes and Leslie podcast. You're inside the best of the Morning X.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. Every week, we talk about personal finance, saving, investing. And the thing that I've seen with very successful people, they just try more stuff. I like this tip. Leverage debt mindfully.
Biggest financial flex. They're all like, yeah, my dad's rich.
Just make sure your parents do good. That's all you got to do. You never knew personal finance could be this fun. All right, well then how do you hold the budget together, OG?
Make more money.
Do better.
And scene.
Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.